Hi, this is Matt Yetter with Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Friday the 13th, November 13th, 2020. The address we're inspecting today is 12060 Southwest Greenwood Street, Beaverton, Oregon, 97005. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the side yard exterior cleanout. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras on the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it should be noted that some H sewer pipes made of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspection must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made out of cast iron, ABS 3034 or HDPE pipe with all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, bellies, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. So we started in cast iron pipe, and then it looks like we're getting a bit of good news here. We're immediately transitioning into ABS plastic. Now if we backtrack a little bit, let me look at this right there. Right here. So we're turning and we're going to the street in front of us, and it looks like there's at least the possibility that there could be a shared line on the property. So there's something else tying in there. It could just be another clean out that they just buried up. We have no real way of knowing, but we would, before closing, we would recommend inquiring with city records to determine if shared lines are approved and are okay and agreed upon in this area. But again, you can see that as we take this turn, there is at least the potential that another pipe could be tying in. And it's a large one, and it could also be rain drains. Huh?
You're saying that something else is being done? Like there's another opening right there?
Yeah. Could be. So again, as precaution, we would recommend getting a little bit more information from sellers if they have any information on that, and also the city of Beaverton sewer maps should be able to determine if there's a shared line. There are a couple areas in the city of Beaverton that actually are approved for party line use. But really good news is that it looks like the majority of everything that we've seen after entering into an old metal cast iron pipe has gone to plastic. So someone has updated this line pretty thoroughly, everything outside of the house.
That's it.
So it looks fine right now, right?
A little bit of debris on the sides of it, but
Mhm.
it is what it is. It's a sewer line.
Is there a problem if there's a shared line?
It's just liability. If, yeah, if there's a clog, then those we'll see what.
And again, we updated piping into plastic piping right outside the garage, and we've been in modern plastic piping the whole way. You can see a tendency for buildup here, so along the sides. And we're having some blockage here. So at about 53 feet, hard to say what in the world's going on here. Probably some tree roots have filled up the pipe, and then all of the debris is kind of building up there. So about 50 feet away from the house, we'll go try and get a bead on approximately the area after we're done here. But we may have met our match as far as trying to push it through here. The pipe is in process of having issues for sure. Completely submerged, and then we did push through it. So that's good news. At least we can see the rest of it, but there's definitely some root intrusion happening there. Something that the debris has been catching onto. Here's more roots coming through. So we transition right, so it always happens just this side of what would be the sidewalk out here. So still on the property, but this side of the sidewalk, they transition into the city branch pipe, and it looks like it's old concrete pipe. And so they've updated everything in the yard, except for it transitions to an older concrete pipe. It would be south of where the approximate sidewalk would be. We go into the branch pipe off of the city. And then, of course, we have roots the minute we do that, and the pipe was definitely in process of blocking or backing up. And here's our very next joint. We, again, have roots coming through here. And then more heavy roots there. So, yeah, the pipe is going to have some issues if we don't address that. That one's pretty thick there. That's probably what the first one looked like, but the first one caught all the debris and kind of filtered it. So. Yeah, you've taken a good portion of your pipe as far as how much it can go through there with these large clumps of roots. Yeah. Once we hit those roots, again, pushing through it sometimes is, depending on how thick they are, is pretty impossible. He did it again. It looks like we're having roots at every 3-foot junction. So as soon as we go from the updated plastic piping to the older concrete piping, we got roots at every 3-foot section all the way down the rest of the pipe. Here, that was one. Here's the next one. So this is out in the roadway, so some of the roots are going to be on the property and some are going to be out in the roadway. And then here's the end officially of buyer-owner responsibility at about 77 feet. So the first area root penetration, which was the first one because the worst one because that was the one that was catching everything, was about 50 feet. So that's still on the property. And then the root penetration starts there and then happens every 3 feet the rest of the way for the next 20 feet out there to the city lateral out there in the middle of the road. And so because of heavy root penetration in multiple areas, the sewer pipe does fail inspection. Recommend further evaluation and repair replacement as needed by a licensed and qualified drain professional. So we'll want to take the video and the report, pass it on to a drain repair specialist to make suggestions for next steps for maintenance, repairs, replacement, whatever he deems necessary in the area. And then we'd also love to know if there is the possibility of shared line, with the neighbors. So right when we enter the pipe, and it could be just rain drains tying in, it's hard to say, but right when we enter, there's a pipe coming in that would be the equivalent of the east neighbor's house, or coming in from the east side of the property anyway. And so a couple of things there. Recommend inquiring with city records to determine if the party line is here and if that's approved and okay and all that stuff. And then because of the heavy root penetration, blockage back up the sewer pipe does fail inspection. Recommend further evaluation and repair replacement as needed by a licensed and qualified drain repair specialist.